Good morning, folks. It is Monday, the 7th of March. I am Flat Cap Callum, and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. All right. Coming up today, we will do our review of yesterday. We'll do a rundown of the stats for last week, and we'll do today's bets. So we're going to go normal staking day, £20. Some really interesting opportunities that caught me a little bit. It looked like it was going to be a fairly relaxed Monday. We haven't got lots of horses, but there's definitely some opportunities to flag to you. So we'll get to those shortly. Before we do, we'll do our review of yesterday. Okay, so yesterday wasn't a great day in terms of results at all. So we had an each way lucky 15. We had a non-runner in there. I did put up two on the channel as alternatives. The safe one got beat and the risky one did get placed. So well done if any of you did take the risky option there. But as far as our lucky 15 on the channel, Silkstone, it was a good enough effort. It was fifth. It was about a length away from placing, and it did drift to 18 to 1. So that would have been a good start, but not close enough. Then we had the non-runner, and then the two Leopardstown ones were really, really disappointing. So poor bet result in that one. And then we had the kind of the win bet, which also had an each way treble. So it was a bit of a hybrid. The first leg bird on the wire wasn't far off, and it did place at second. Sheldon was really disappointing, got backed into 3-1 favourite and didn't run well. And then we had World Trip, which was the one that I didn't do the single on, did win at 9-2. So no bet, no return there. So all I got was £10 on, 40 pence back, because it was a refund for the non-runner in the lucky 15. So didn't get a dot, but 40 pence might as well be a dot. And obviously frustrating to have a winner in the win bet and it be the one that we didn't put the single on. That's just the way it goes sometimes, and it wasn't our day yesterday, but it was only a half state day, so you win some, you lose some. Then to review of the golf, Chris Kirk nearly got there, so nowhere else was near on our golfing bets, but Chris Kirk at one point in the final round he was tied for the lead, and then he hit two bogeys in a row and dropped back, so he did get a solid place. So we had £15 on the golf. He was 60 to 1 placed. So it was 780 return for that single. And then also we did the 5p Dreamy Lucky 15, which Chris Kirk was in. And that was 65 pence back for that. So it was an £8.45 return for £15 bet on the golf. So we got just over half back for the golf. So considering where we were after day two, it was a good enough result. But clearly no profit in there. And our profit margin's whittling down a little bit on the golf now. So that's where we were for yesterday. Headline stats from last week. We did £145 on, 283.59 back. So our best return week yet. 138.59 profit. So our best profit amount, which was 95%. And the channel is running 23% profit margin for all sports. Horses are now slightly ahead of that because the golf is slightly behind 23%. It would drop down to about 13-14% profit on the golf. But overall stats were good all round. So the win bets were 40%. We were placing or winning on any of the each way bets by just a smidge under 40%. So all round good stats. Okay, I'm going to get cracking into today's bets because there's interesting opportunities. So first one, bet one. These four races are the four races to look at today outside of the decent place in handicaps. So have a look at these four races if you've already missed them. So we've got 145 Wetherby, 245 Southwell, 320 Southwell, 420 Leopardstown. All of them are races where you've got really, really short price favourite or second favourite in there, and there is some value to be had. Now, I'll explain how I've done my bets, but I've gone just to run through the horses. We've got Delaci 145, Wetherby 7s, 245 Southwell, Dom Perry 22s, 320 Southwell, Perryville 6 to 1, 420 Leopardstown, Global Society 5s. It's really, really borderline around making this a lucky 15 because I don't like doing lucky 15s when really I'm backing the horses as unlikely winners but likely places. So if I'm doing a lucky 15, I want to feel like those horses have got a better chance of winning. Any of these could win, but they would need to be upsetting the favourite. So it's unlikely in a bet like this for me you would be looking at getting 2 winners anyway. So I'm looking at this as a place bet really. So the difference here between me doing what I've done, so the stake I'm doing today is 4 times 60p each way trebles and 60p each way accumulator. That would be the same equivalent stake as if I was doing a 20 pence each way lucky 15. The difference being, if one of those horses does anything other than the one I've done the additional single on, you would get a bit back for lucky 15. We're going to get nothing today. If 2 place, you're going to get nothing back on my bet the way I've done it, but you'd probably get, if it was the 2 smaller odds, you'd get about a third back of your stake if it was a lucky 15. So I'm risking the fact that even if only 2 come in, we'd get a third back of our stake. If 3 come in, and then the lower price ones predominantly, but if any of those 3 come in, the amount of money you would get back for lucky 15 versus doing it how I've done is very, very similar, marginally in favour of the treble way of doing it. The difference being, because I've done it as an accumulator, if all 4 placed, we get about double the money you would do as a lucky 15. So what I'm saying to you is that's how I've done it. You make your own choices, because a lucky 15 is a safer bet and to ensure you to get some level of stake back off this one. I'm saying for me, it's worth a punt to just do it as trebles and accumulator, because I'll take the hit of not, 2 places £2. I'd rather risk that to try and get double the amount for all 4 placing. So I've done it like that, but it's the same amount of stake as I would do a 20p each way lucky 15. Hopefully that makes sense. There is an additional single on Dom Perry, the big price, but some of these are really marginal about which horses you could take in the race. Those are the 4 I'm going with. I'm not saying to you I've got a strong feeling about any of those, because some of them are marginal against other horses at similar odds, but those are the 4, and Dom Perry's the one where I'm gone for the value definitely there. So it's worth a single. So that's bet 1. Bet 2 is the 4 races that are paying extra places decent on Sky Bet. So we've got 3 at Leopardstown and 1 at Southwell. And I found something I like at double figures on all here. So we're going for 30p each way lucky 15. And the reason for that is, 1, because the prices are there, so there's more value in this bet than there is in probably the average lucky 15 I put on the channel. So more value, not more chance of winning, but more value in it. But also I'm a little bit because I'm stretching out my £20 stake here. So I could have easily done a 25p each way, but I'm stretching the stake out. And I feel like the proportion of money on this, which is £10 versus bet 1, is how I'd like to do it. I'd rather put more of my money on the decent placing handicaps than the other opportunity. That being said, that bet 1 is a great opportunity to have 4 races like that in one day. So we've got darkened 310 Leopardstown. So Sky Bet 6 on this race. That's 16 to 1. 345 Leopardstown, Kilberry, Chianti. There's quite a few I like that they're at decent prices. It's really, really worth having a real good have a look in that race and see if you find anything. But Kilberry, Chianti's the one for me, and that one I'm going with at 22s. That's a 5 place race on Sky Bet. 355 Southwell, paying 5 on Sky Bet. Above Suspicion, 12 to 1. And 450 Leopardstown, paying 5 places. Echoes of Family, 11 to 1. So it's a 30 pence each way, lucky 15, and I'm going to go 50p each way double on the top 2, because there is more value in the top 2. They are bigger prices, but there's also more value in those top 2. That's bet 2. Bet 3, you know I do this every now and again. It's just a win single, so I'm going 8 o'clock Wolverhampton, clap your hands. I think there's value in 4 to 1. If I was running the book, I think between that and the favourite, I think they're probably quite similar in chance. So that versus a 7 to 4 favourite, I'm taking clap your hands at 4 to 1 for a win bet. They are paying 8 places. They are 8 horses in that race, so they are paying 3 places. So for those of you who want to do a bit of mix and matching, there's not loads of value each way in there, but if you've got some bigger prices, it's a horse that you could include possibly in a lucky 15. I've not done it today at 4 to 1. It's too short for me. I normally want at least 5s and lucky 15. So 4 to 1 it is, and it's a £3 win bet on that last one. So if it all goes awry today, this afternoon, that's what we've got. A Wolverhampton, clap your hands, Wolverhampton. Right, I think on that terrible, terrible comment, I will leave my video there. Enjoy your day. I'll enjoy mine. See you in the morning.